From our free daily newsletter, the latest from podnews.net with supporting cast. Podcast hosting company Podigee has launched video podcast support for YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Videos available today across every podcast plan. The company says it makes them the first to support video podcast distribution to all three major platforms across every pricing tier. Pricing starts at $22 a month. You get unlimited audio and 4 video episodes of up to 30 minutes. The company is based in Berlin in Germany. Well, Podigee tells Pod News that they're still looking into the implications of adding the alternate enclosure feature, but long-term they would like to support that. Support will add video to other open podcast apps, either as an MP4 or HLS stream. Buzzsprout has also confirmed it's not yet supporting the alternate enclosure. And Rain remind us that it's 10 years since Spotify launched video shows. Acast's Q1 26 financial report says the company has shown strong, profitable growth. Sales were up by 20%, 26% in North America. The company made profit of $500,000, which is the company's first ever profitable first quarter. Megaphone is switching to use Spotify ad server from mid-July, allowing new formats of ads, including video. Third-party serving via Vast is being removed entirely. As part of this transition, Megaphone has made a number of changes to its promotions booking tool, including limiting promotional audio files to a maximum of 60 seconds. Pre-booking on this new system starts on May the 15th. Learning and networking program Podground has announced its second creator micro-grant for independent podcasters. You've until May the 15th to apply. There'll be a $500 micro-grant to support creative development, production or promotional needs. Flightpath has been selected by Lemonada to power forecasting and sales optimization. Apple released iOS 26.5 release candidate to beta testers, suggesting a new release of iOS is imminent. There are no published changes to Apple Podcasts. In Germany, ARD Media has published Audioversum 2026, a look at audio consumption in the country. Radio accounts for 2 hours, 16 minutes of listening per weekday. That's 63% of all audio for the typical German aged 14 plus. Podcasts, well, they account for just 12 minutes or 6%. ARD is one of Germany's largest sales houses for radio advertising. How do you find your next favourite podcast? Which podcast asks 4 quick questions to recommend a new show for you? It's got more than 10,000 shows to recommend, so as ever, we tried to get it to recommend the Pod News Daily podcast for a fun screenshot, but it would rather recommend nothing at all, which is fair enough. I've heard this show too. Digital Music News says that the audio landscape is overrun by AI podslop. It's not just a music industry problem, it says. It claims that Apple Podcasts has a requirement that creators disclose if a significant portion of a show was created using AI. We can find no evidence that Apple Podcasts actually enforces this policy. And Rob Greenlee, or an AI tool writing for him, has clarified comments he made about the Podcasting 2.0 project while chatting with Libsyn's Brendan Monahan last week, when he appeared to dismiss the group's work as fringe ideas. In People News, at Red Seat Ventures, Daniel Schneider has been named Vice President of Video Content Syndication and Licensing. And in podcast news with Airwave, This Week in Tech this week wonders about AI. Big Tech is pouring hundreds of billions into it, but with rising signs of an industry bubble and some real-world fallout, this week's episode digs into who actually wins and who stands to lose, and whether Apple's patient strategy may outsmart the hype. It's with Airwave, and we thank them for their support. Podcasting Morning Chat has a new name and a new time. Podcasting Morning Show has moved to 8 a.m. to create greater accessibility for guests and contributors, allowing more voices to participate in the daily conversation, they say. The Impact podcast has launched a new series called More Impact. Listeners and everyday voices are invited to become part of the podcast. There's more details on that in our newsletter. Also, Bandcamp reads banned books out loud to try and work out why they've been banned. So far, they say, we haven't found a legit reason why people want to ban any of the books we've read. The current book is Catcher in the Rye, which has been banned and censored in the US, Australia, China, Iran and some East Asian countries. Season 11 starts next month. And this podcast is sponsored by Supporting Cast. Your subscribers shouldn't be someone else's email list. Other platforms keep the keys to your audience, their payment info, their contact details, their loyalty. Supporting Cast hands them back. Build a business you actually own with Supporting Cast. You'll find a link in our show notes to learn more. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.